Alright, welcome to another Boulevard Paper Fight Mass Mutation unboxing. Got another deck here that I will be cracking open and we'll be taking a look at, seeing what treasures are in this deck, because with enhancements, I think saying the word treasures is very appropriate. And I'm very excited to have another deck. I'm not opening a ton. I've been saving my box strictly for these videos, so I'm hoping to keep the content coming surely because I want to open more decks, and this is the only way that's going to happen. So, we got a purple backing, first one so far. And Sanctum, Shadows, and Star Alliance. Alright. The Spy That Interprets Humanity. Oh, what a great name. What a glorious name for sure. Well, let's open this up. I'm actually going to be starting streaming KeyForge, specifically Mass Mutation on TCO, starting tomorrow. Tuesdays are definitely going to be my streaming day, and it will be at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, and I'll be doing it for 3 hours. So a lot of you are on here, and you always comment and engage, and I really appreciate it, and I would love to have you on the Twitch stream having a conversation with me. It would just be fantastic. And my Twitch is Boulevard Blake, and there's links in the show notes how to get there. So, The Spy That Interprets Humanity. I brought OP out today. I thought, why not? Let's get OP into the mix. Let's see what treasures are beheld in this deck. First up, Bulwark. Bulwark, getting my assault on. Champion Anaphail. We have Commandeer. For the remainder of the turn, after you play another card, a friendly creature captures one. I like that. We have another Commandeer, not only with the ability of capturing when you play a creature, but you capture an Ember just for playing it. So, pretty sweet. Oh, a third Commandeer. Wow, wow, wee, wow. If you get all three of these, you can do some silly things. And then we have Jizzleheart's Zealot. Squire Ellis with a damage bonus pip. The Grey Rider, always a welcome sight. Free Markets, ooh, very nice. Charge, that's really good. Oh, if you had Charge and Commandeer, that's kind of fun. You can do a bunch of shenanigans there. Lord Golgotha with a capture pip. And then we have Mutant Cutpurse to kick off Shadows. Mutant Cutpurse. Oh, I didn't even do the best part here. So we got Shadows. We got Sanctum. And then we'll put Star Alliance over here. So we got Mutant Cutpurse giving out some damage pips. Do the enhancements. Nexus. A little bit of artifact control in a way. Double Nexus. Shoulder Id. A card that I do not think highly of. Subtle Auto, Tempting Offer, which is providing a capture enhancement. I don't like Tempting Offer so far has not been in a situation for me where it is useful. It's always been a discard, unfortunately. And Vandalize, I love this card. Nothing like disrupting your opponent's deck, getting to determine what they draw and get rid of something. Always fantastic. Double Vandalize, even better. Then we have Ransack. I like this. Steal one, then discard the top card of your deck. If that card is a Shadows, trigger the effect again. Finch Cloak, another returner from Worlds Collide. And Master Plan. Ooh, I love Master Plan. Such a good card. Sack of Coins, always a welcome sight. And then on to Star Alliance. We have Access Denied, which is fantastic as well. I like that card. It's good. Commander Chan, a welcome sight. Crewman Yorg with a damage pip on it. Explore Over. Hadron Collision. This card puts in a lot of work. I have so far really enjoyed the way this has done stuff. Observo Max. Nice. Scout Pete. Play Fight Reap. Look at the top card of your deck. You may discard it. I like it. And also has a damage pip. Then we got Teleporter Chief Tink. Can swap-a-roo there. Detention Coil. Whoops. Can't fight, can't reap with this deck. Then we have Lay of the Land. Always good to be able to cycle through and choose things. And the last two cards is Lieutenant Commander Trigon. Reap, discard the top card of your deck. Resolve that card's bonus icons as if you had played it. Don't know how I feel about that, but it is a form of cycle. And lastly, we have Ember Tracker. Play, deal 2 damage to each enemy creature with Ember on it. This damage cannot be prevented by armor. So, what do we have here? So, let's first do a good old creature count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in Sanctum. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in Shadows. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 in Star Alliance. So that's a 7, 6, 7. So it's a pretty good distribution of creatures amongst, which means you're going to be getting creatures for with every house when you call it. And that puts a total of 20 there for you. So let's now see what Ember we have just for raw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Ember Pips. I'm cool with that. That's great. Now, as usual, what do we have for Ember Control? So, now with this actually counts towards it, which is really cool about the enhancements is it gives you this little bit of extra time where you can call something and do something that you would not normally do associated with the card and do something like Capture Ember. So here we are. So we got 1, 2, so make sure I didn't miss anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. And with 7 creatures in this, those commandeers are going to be really powerful. So we got 5 there. So 5 ways in House Sanctum. And then here we got, see, I think Commandeer under Master Plan is going to be the way to go when you have 3 of something and you maybe want to pull it in your other houses, especially when there's such a good distribution of creatures amongst every house. It's a good way of having a Ember Control in the bag. So I like that. I guess this works. Finch Cloak will count, so that's 1, 2, I want to say 3, but it's really not. So there's 2 in Shadows. That's weird. Shadows has very little Ember Control. Here we got 1, 2, only 2. So light on the Ember Control. It's all coming in Sanctum. So that's very interesting. So that's something to be aware of. Now, how can we do for board control? What do we got here? So we got Lord Golgotha count. So that's 1. Here's 2, 3, because you're going to be able to fight with that. 4. And these kind of count, so we'll say 5. And then we got 6. This kind of counts, so 7. We got 7 there, so 7 total so far. Then we got 8, 9, 10. So we got like about 10 cards that can deal with board control. So I mean, overall, everything's pretty balanced, even though unfortunately the majority of capture or control is capture, and in Sanctum we still got a pretty even distribution between the Ember Control and the board control, which is nice, I would say. Well, when I say even, that's not right, but a good number, but it's not evenly distributed. That's what I meant to say. But there is a little bit in every house, which is kind of cool. Now what do we got here? So we got Charge is really fun with Commandeer. Each creature you play enters play, deal 2 to an enemy creature. Oh, and Commandeer is not just creature, it's actually card, so that's really good. So yeah, Commandeer is definitely the target. I totally misspoke on that one. Commandeer is definitely the target for Master Plan, without a doubt. I'm really liking the Sanctum in this. It's got a lot of great things. You got protection, like I would like Assault on Champion Anaphil, please. Taunting. Gorgotha with Assault would be really cool. Before fight, deal 5 damage to each neighbor, or it would be 3 damage to each neighbor the creature that Golgotha fights, and then you're dealing plus that 2 to the creature it's fighting before fight. So that is pretty sick. Yeah, I'm liking the Sanctum a lot. I think it's a solid Sanctum lineup. The Shadows is a little bit left to be desired. I do like the double Vandalize in here. It's going to be, this is really coming on as the techie part of the deck. Using here to just do a little bit of disruption with Ransack take off, Vandalize go through the deck, Tempting Offer. In the couple games I've played, there's been a ton of Ember on the board, so this is going to be a way of solving that issue. By you may lift their creature and give them 1 Ember, but you're going to be getting a ton back is the idea. Again, more disruption. So yeah, there's a lot of disruption here. Artifact disruption here. Yeah, the Shadows you're calling as a support for disrupting. And then in the Star Alliance, again, I'm starting to realize that my heart is broken because Star Alliance is no longer the powerhouse it once was. And by once was, I mean the previous set it was only in. They've really taken away some of the cool things. The consistency, like, I think it probably needed to happen for balance, but I find when they correct, they usually overcorrect. This is a cool house for the sense that it's still doing what you want Star Alliance to do. I mean, we're stopping people from, like, good reap abilities are stopped, good fight abilities are stopped with the other detention coil. This allows you to use some house cheating, which is great, especially with the Sanctum cards that exist. I like using this also with Nexus, is a lot of fun. Then you got things like, I mean, Trigon is fine. I don't know how much I'd want to use it. I don't have a ton of bonus icons in here. I mean, there actually is quite a bit of bonus icons now that I think about it. So maybe that would be okay, but do I really want to just discard a card? Cycle, yes. Could it be something good? Who knows? I like Lay of the Land again. Lay of the Land with Trigon actually would be a nice little combo. And then Scout Pete as well. Look at the top card of your deck. You may discard it. I just like this for cycling. So I think you got to not hold on to the fact that you're going to lose some cards and realize that you're just going to be cycling a lot faster. Again, you can add Skirmish to something with this or utilize it as a creature, of course. And then Helmsman Yorg, I mean, with the amount of creatures that are in the other 2 houses, this shouldn't be too hard to pull off. So I like that. And if I get to a situation where I can throw down Tink, I can basically put Tink and Yorg next to one another, and then I can pretty much just have Yorg swap with another creature and get it in place. And of course Commander Chan getting to use another friendly creature. Between Tink and Commander Chan, that's pretty sweet. So this deck in sealed, I think it could put in work. I don't think it's like absolute top tier, but I definitely think this deck can do some damage in a sealed environment. So I'm going to definitely test it out. I've committed to not just opening decks, but if I'm opening a deck, I'm playing it at least once. And with the ability to do Mass Mutations at this very moment in a testing capacity on TCO, I'm going to be making sure I follow through with that, as well as playing decks IRL. So I'm not giving up on a deck until I've played it once. So again, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, 3 p.m. or 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern. Please do join in if you're seeing this. I'd love to see you guys there and have some conversations. And as always, check out some of these other videos. Please do subscribe, and may your Ember never be stolen and your keys forged promptly. Have a good one.